So now today we are going to discuss new module called React.js. So what is the use of React.js, and at the same time, so why we are using React.js? Now we are going to discuss step by step. So before entering to this React.js, we have to concentrate on so what is meant by website and types of websites, and what is meant by web application, types of web application. We are going to discuss step by step. Just you can observe here, first we have to know what is meant by website.
Excuse me.
Yes.
వైట్ బోర్డ్ దెబ్బ నేను స్క్రీన్ చూడలేకపోతున్నాను సార్, మీరు ఏం చూపిస్తున్నారని.
So now today we are going to discuss new module called React.js. So what is the use of React.js and why we are using React.js? We'll discuss step by step. Before discussing this one, so we have to know one more time what is meant by website and types of websites. Already we discussed this one in the starting classes only, no? So what is website? Website is a collection of web pages. If you are opening any website also, internally we have a number of web pages. What is meant by web page? If you are opening anything in the browser screen, we can call it as a web page now. So if you are observing, I'm going to open here ELearn InfoTech.com. So this is one website. In this website, if you are observing, we have here about us page. If I'm click on this one, about us page is open. If I'm click on courses, the courses page is open. If I'm click on contact, again the contact page is open. If you are observing, so internally we have a number of web pages. That is the reason we can call it as a website. So website is a collection of web pages. Web page is nothing but if you are opening anything in the browser screen, we can call it as a web page. And in the real time, we have two types of websites. One is a static website and second one is dynamic website. What is meant by static? Static is nothing but it is a fixed content. It is a fixed content. So if we are opening the static websites, in the static websites, each and everything we have completely fixed only. So if you require any changes also, just we can contact to the developer. Why? Because they know complete coding. So through the coding knowledge, they can do any kind of changes also. That is called static. What is meant by static? Static is nothing but it is a fixed content. Only for presentation purpose only, we are going to design the static websites. If you require any changes also, just simply we can contact to the developer. Why? Because they know complete coding knowledge. So through the coding knowledge, they can do any kind of changes also. That is called static website. So how we are going to identify whether that website is a static or dynamic? So simply we have to know the extensions of a static website. Either it should be .html or .htm. In case if you have any extension .html or .htm, we can easily understood that is static website. If you are observing, I'm going to open ELearnInfoTech.com. So whether it is static website or dynamic website, we have to know. So how we are going to know? If you are click on the navigation, any navigation, you can just click on any navigation. If you have the extension .html or .htm, we can easily understood that is static website. Already we discussed this one in the previous classes only. If you have any extension like .html or .htm, we can easily understood that is static. Clear now? So I'm going to revise one more time. Just you can observe what is website. Website is a collection of web pages. What is meant by web page? If you are opening anything in the browser, we can call it as a web page. How many types of websites we have? Two types, static and dynamic. What is meant by static? It is a fixed content. So only for presentation purpose only we are going to create. If you require any changes also, simply we can contact to the developer. Why? Because they know complete coding. Through the coding knowledge, they can do any kind of changes also. So how we are going to know whether it is a static or dynamic? If we have the extension .html or .htm, we can easily understood that is static website. See here, if you are observing, I have here some phone number. I want to change the phone number. If I want to change the phone number, so this is static website. I have to go to my hosting, nothing but server. In the server, I can do the changes. If you are observing here, we have some latest news. So instead of this Python Django, I want to maintain here main full stack. If I want to mention main full stack, again what we have to do, I have to go to my server and I can do the changes. That is called static. Static in the sense, if you know the coding, then only you are able to do the changes. That is called static website. What about dynamic? So dynamic in the sense, we have here separate admin panel. We have here separate admin panel. Through the admin panel, you can do any kind of changes. This admin panel we can also call it as a dashboard. So just you can access the dashboard. Through the dashboard you can do any kind of changes also. Which kind of changes? If you want to post something, you can post it. If you want to edit also, you can edit. If you want to do the delete also, you can do the delete operations also. Simply we can say, by using this one, we can perform here CRUD operations. So CRUD stands for create, read, update and delete. By using dynamic websites, we can perform here CRUD operations: create, read, update, delete. So if you want to build any dynamic website, you have to know the backend programming language. So you have to know the backend programming languages. Either you can use the PHP, or either you can use the Python, either you can use the Java, or either you can use the .NET, ASPX .NET also you can use. Otherwise, you can also use the Node.js. So by using these backend programming languages, so you can just to create the dashboard. Through the dashboard, we can do any kind of changes also. I will show you with example. Just you can observe here. Now I'm going to open here one website. Here my client requirement is, so they want to add the procedures dynamically. Here we have some procedure, no, general physician. I want to add one more category, and I want to add another category. I want to add another categories also. If you want to add the categories, so for this one already we created here some login. So now it is asking some username and password. If you are entering proper, like a correct credentials, you are getting here admin dashboard. So in the admin dashboard, you can observe add category. So here you can add the new category. If you want to do the edit and delete also, you can do the edit and delete options also. If you want to add the doctors also, you can add here. And if you want to do the delete also, you can. I will show you one process here. You can observe here. I'm going to add the new category. The category name is ABCD, and I have to choose one image also here. Now simply I have to go to here and I'm going to choose some image. If I'm click on here add category, so we are getting some notification category added successfully. Whether that category is added or not, we'll check here. So just I'm going to open that website. In that website, you can observe here. So we have here the category. Actually, the image is not loaded properly, but you can observe here the category is added here. So in case if I want to add one more category, so A, B, C, D, E, I'm going to give, and I have to choose here another image. For example, this is the image I want to add. Again, the category is added here. You can just go to the web page and you can observe here the category is added successfully. Now see here the image is not uploaded properly. I want to delete this one. So from where we are going to delete? Here we have the edit and delete option. Now you can just go to the edit and delete. So this one I want to delete. So just click on delete. See here the category is deleted successfully. So whether it is deleted or not, you can run one more time and you can just check once. This is called dynamic. If I'm giving my username and password, directly you can post that categories now. So that is called dynamic. Dynamic in the sense, without any coding knowledge also, you can able to do the changes. So here, if you are observing add category we have, and add doctor also we have. For example, if I'm click on ABCD, so we don't have any doctor profile here. I want to add some doctor. We'll check. See here, go to the add doctor and see, first you have to select the category. You want to add in the general vision or ABCD? I want to add in the ABCD. So doctor name I have to give, and qualification, and at the same time designation and location also you can. If I click on add doctor, so the doctor also added successfully. Whether the doctor is added or not, we'll check here. So the category we have, if I click on the category, see here, the doctor is added dynamically. If you want to add one more doctor, you can add it. You will get again down. again down, n number of categories also you can add, n number of doctors also you can add. This is called dynamic website. If you want to build the dynamic website, so you have to know the backend programming languages now. Either you can work with a PHP or Python or .NET or Java or Node.js. If you are observing, so which language I am using here? PHP language I am using here. So by using PHP language, I'm going to build these kind of websites. If I want to delete that category, why? Because this is my client website, I'm going to delete here immediately. So now we deleted here some category. Go to the doctors also, you can observe here this doctor also I want to delete, just you can delete that one. If you are moved to the home page, so just you can observe here we have only one category only. So if you are observing, in case if I'm giving my credentials, my username and password, you can directly log in and you can do the changes now. That is called dynamic website. So dynamic in the sense, without any coding knowledge also you can do any kind of changes. That is called dynamic website. Clear now? What is meant by dynamic? Dynamic in the sense, we have separate admin panel. So this admin panel we can also call it as a dashboard. If you want to access admin panel or dashboard, we have to know the admin credentials, nothing but logins. You have to know that username and password. With the help of username and password, you can do the login and you can do any kind of changes. You can create one category, you can read that category, you can update the category, you can delete the category. Same, you can add the doctor, you can create the doctor, you can read the doctor, you can update the doctor, and you can delete the doctor. So this is called dynamic website. Understood now? We can also call it as a web application. This dynamic website we can also call it as a web applications. This is overall clarity about website and types of website. Okay, so website is a collection of web pages, and we have two types of websites, static and dynamic. Static is nothing but it is a fixed content, only for presentation purpose only we are doing. If you know the coding knowledge, you can do any kind of changes also. That means only developer can able to do the changes. So if we have the extension .html or .htm, we can easily understood that is static website. Coming to the dynamic, we have separate admin panel. So if you want to access this one, you have to know the admin credentials. With the help of admin credentials, you can do any kind of changes also. You can post something, you can edit, and you can read, and you can delete also. This is the thing we are going to apply in the real time, like static and dynamic. Okay. So if we are building any static website or dynamic website, so we are going to build in a two ways. One is either you can build like a single page application, otherwise you can build like a multi-page application. You can build that static or dynamic website or dynamic application also. You can build in a two scenarios. One is single page application and second one is multi-page application. So first we have to concentrate on multi-page application. So multi-page application in the sense, if I'm giving any request, we will get the response. While getting the response, the entire application is reloading. Entire application is reloading. So what is meant by request and what is meant by response? So you can observe here. Now I'm opening directly browser. In the browser, I'm going to enter here google.com. This is my request. If I'm entering google.com, automatically you will get the response. What is the response you will get? Google website you will get. See here. So now I'm going to enter here google.com. That is my request. We are getting here Google website, that is response. So under the same time, if I'm entering ELearn InfoTech, that is my request. We are getting here the website, that is response. If I'm giving any request, see here. So whether it is reloading or not, you can observe. If I'm click on every time, what happened you can observe? It is completely reloading. That is called multi-page application. So now I'm going to open another website. You can just observe here. We have here departments. So for example, I'm going to move to the CSC department. In the CSC department, I'm click on here facilities. If I'm click on that one, see here, it is loading. So after loading completely, you are getting full-fledged response here. If I'm click on another one, again what happened here? Again, it is reloading. If I'm click on another option, again what happened? again it is reloading. That means if I'm giving request every time, that entire application is reloading here. So as a single user, if I'm click on this one, it is taking some time and we are getting that response. So this is called multi-page application. If I'm giving anytime request, 100% you will get the response. While getting the response, entire web application is reloading. In case it is reloading, what happened? So we are facing here performance issues. So which kind of performance issues we are facing? So we'll take one example and I will tell you. For example, we have here n number of results websites we have now. For example, so they are going to announce today so and so intermediate candidate results or degree student results. So simply what we are going to do, so we are going to open some websites, results websites, and we are going to enter here directly hall ticket number we are going to enter. After entering that one, we are going to click on the get button. So get results we have now some button called get results. If I'm click on the result button, we are expecting results. But if you are observing some of the websites, what happened if I'm click on that one? So session out, time out, server down, unable to reach. We are generally facing these kind of issues. So after 1 hour or after 2 hours, you can check there is no problem. But immediately if you are checking what happened, we are getting so the errors like session out, server down, unable to reach. So these kind of errors we are facing, nothing but performance issues. Why? Because so at a time you are giving here 1,000 members are accessing, for example 1,000 requests you are giving, so you will get here so 1,000 responses you will get. While getting that each and every response, the application is reloading. That means 1,000 times it is reloading. In case it is taking 1,000 times reloading automatically, so we are getting here a session timeout, server down, unable to reach. This kind of errors we are facing here. So to avoid that situation only, they implemented here single page application. Understood now? So if you are taking any multi-page application, if you are giving the request, we will get the response. So if I'm entering here some request, we will get the response. While getting the response, compulsory it is taking some time to load that one. Entire web page should be loading here. So best example are results website. We are facing here performance issues. To avoid that situation only, they implemented here single page application. If you want to build a multi-page application, so in case if you are doing the static website, you can use the HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery. If you are work with a dynamic website, you can work with here PHP, Python, .NET, Java. You can use all the programming languages. You can build a multi-page application. See here, this is PHP now. So if I'm click on that one, again it is reloading. Nothing but this is also multi-page only. If you are observing ELearn also HTML web page, static website. If I'm click on that one, again here it is reloading. That means you can do the multi-page application by using static website, or you can work with a dynamic also. This is the difference between so multi-page and a single page application. So now we have to give more clarity about single page. Just you can observe. Here also user giving some request and you will get the response. Here also same thing, but here not reloading. It is not reloading that one. So if I'm giving like a google.com without reloading, you will get that response here. So I will show you with example so that you will get the clarity. Now just you can observe here, I'm going to open here some website here. So similar to this one, see here also we have the navigation. In this website also, Angular website, you can observe here also we have the navigation. So if I'm click on this one, you will get some response here. So while getting the response, it is reloading or not, just you can observe here. See here, it is not reloading now. So you can observe immediate responses you are getting. So immediate responses you are getting. Why? Because the application is not reloading. This is called single page application. So if you are giving any request also, we are getting the response. While getting the response, it is not reloading. So this is called single page application. So in the multi-page application, it is completely like a reloading. Here it is not doing any reloading process. So whatever you are giving the request, you will get immediate response without reloading. You will get here. This is called single page application. So if you want to build a single page application, so what are the things we have to use? Here you can use the HTML or backend PHP or Python, whatever you can use it. But here what we are going to do, you can just use the React.js, or you can work with the AngularJS, or you can also use here Vue.js. So anything you can use, React.js or AngularJS or Vue.js, anything you can use. So no problem, you can easily build a single page application. If you are observing, all are related to JS, JavaScript only. So React.js or AngularJS or Vue.js. So Vue.js is recently introduced, like a 2.5 year back only it is introduced. So n number of peoples are not using this Vue.js. Why? Because that is the latest product now. So they are not going to consider, and they are not going to use. But in abroad, Vue.js openings, huge openings are there. So in our local, Vue.js are not using frequently. So all are using React.js as well as AngularJS. So we have to know what is the difference between React and Angular. Then we'll move to the step-by-step implementations here. So now I have to go to the difference between React.js and AngularJS. If you are observing, both are related to JS only, nothing but JavaScript related only. So React.js is a JS library. What is meant by library? Set of inbuilt functions we have. Just you can utilize that functions and you can implement. Simple example is jQuery. jQuery also library only. So in yesterday class and the day before yesterday class also, we are not writing anything manually. We are taking some predefined functions and we are implementing. Here also same thing. It is a JS library. Library in the sense set of inbuilt functions we have. Just you can utilize that functions and you can implement your logics. Okay, and it is like a JS framework. So what is meant by framework? So if you are observing CSS, in CSS we are writing each and everything manually, the styling part. If you are observing Bootstrap, what happened in the Bootstraps, n number of predefined classes we have, you can just utilize that classes now. So here also it is a JS framework. So framework in the sense a set of inbuilt properties we have, you can just utilize that properties and you can easily implement your application. So I will tell you one basic example. If I want to work with the form validation, if I want to work with the form validations, in the JavaScript we are writing manually, each and everything manually we are writing. If you are using AngularJS, no need to write manually. So we have like a predefined properties, you can just utilize that properties. So that is the first difference. It is a JS library and it is JS framework. Both has inbuilt functionalities, inbuilt properties we have. Just you can utilize that functionalities or properties for your project you can apply. And next we'll move to the next difference. So here it is officially maintained by the Facebook company. Actually we are using FB now. So for build that application for FB build purpose only, they introduce one new programming that is called React.js. So they introduce only for the Facebook application development process only, they introduce one new programming. After build that one, they did like a open source. Open source in the sense anyone can download and anyone can install and they can use that application here. Understood now? So for introducing that Facebook application, they introduce one new programming. So that is React.js. After introduce that Facebook application, they did complete that language as a open source. Nothing but anyone can download and anyone can use that application. So the best products of React.js is so in our regular life we are using WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is a React product only, and at the same time Instagram. Instagram also React product only, and almost so 90% of the e-commerce dashboards we are using regularly e-commerce dashboard, e-commerce websites now. But internally e-commerce dashboards so built with the help of React.js. Why? Because frequently if you are observing, so now we have some products. So if you are checking that same app like Amazon or Flipkart, if you are observing, tomorrow they are going to update new products. So they are going to change the prices also. They are going to give some offers also. So everything, so we are going to do from the dashboard only. So almost all e-commerce dashboards built with the help of React.js only. And coming to here, so this is officially maintained by the Google company. So all Google products, if you are observing Gmail, Google My Business, Google Maps, Google Search Console, and at the same time, Google AdWords, so Google Analytics, complete Google related products, everything built with the help of AngularJS only. Netflix, that is also built with the help of AngularJS only. So whatever the Google products are there, so complete Google products are built with the help of AngularJS only. So that is the next point here. And here the current version of the React is 18.2. Forget about 18th version we are using here. So current version of the React is 18th version and the current version of the Angular is 14th version. Here every 6 months, 100%, every 6 months they are going to introduce some new version that is mandatory. Here there is no fixed period. In the React there is no fixed period. So maybe it will take like 6 months or 1 year or 1.5 year also. We are not giving 100% guarantee for that. And in case they introduce anything also, it is library now. Library in the sense add-on features only you will get. Completely they are not going to remove that one. So already existing version is there. They are going to add on some new features. So that is library now. So here it is 18th version and it is 14th version. Here every 6 months it is completely updated as a new version. So here there is no fixed period for that one. So here for example if you are considering, so what is the version? 14th version, no? So latest version is 14, but for your client projects we are going to use the 12th version only. Why? Because that is stable version, okay, standard version. So some of the companies still they are using 10 only. So or if you want to work with the stable or standard versions, you can work with the 12 version. Why? Because this is the latest version, maybe we have some bugs also in that version. So that is the reason always you can prefer the standards only, standard versions only we have to prefer. Understood now? So this is officially maintained by the Facebook company and the products are WhatsApp, Instagram and e-commerce dashboards and the latest version is 18th version. So it is a JS library. And coming to here, it is a JS framework officially maintained by the Google company, all Google products, Gmail, Google My Business, Google Maps, Google Search Analytics, and AdWords. Everything is built with the help of AngularJS. So current version is 14. Every 6 months, 100% they are going to introduce some new version mandatory. So if you want to build the React JS, we have to know some prerequisites. So what are the prerequisites we have to know? So you have to know the basic HTML as well as CSS also, and as well as we are using Bootstrap also for the React. And so the main important thing is JavaScript. And if you want to work with any animations or filters, you can use the jQuery also. Along with this, main important you have to know the ECMAScript, ES6, ES7, ES8. You have to know. So why? Because this JavaScript is stopped in the year 2015, and JavaScript is not supported. Oops, it is not object-oriented programming. So they introduced the OOPS concept in the ECMAScript 6. Here 6 is stands for 2016. We have to follow the ECMAScript standards completely. If you know the ECMAScript, then only you are able to build the React applications. Understood now? And coming to here, this is completely so the same whatever we have here. So we require here also same thing, but additionally you have to know the TS TypeScript. So we have to use the TypeScript. So it is completely advanced version of JavaScript. So it is a superset of JavaScript. All the JavaScript features it will support and advanced features also they implemented here. So it is little bit difficult. Why? Because first we have to create any file also abc.ts. You have to take the TS extension. After taking this one, we have to compile. So if you are compiling, then only you will get the .js file. So for that we have to use TSC transpiler, TSC space. So your file name abc.ts. If I am entering this command, automatically you will get some file called abc.js. Always we are using this JS only. We are unable to run any TS files directly. That means if you are observing here, we have some JS file directly. Already we created a ECMAScript also now. So how we are going to run here the files? We have to install the Node.js now. Already I showed how to install the Node.js everything. So you have to install the Node.js and you have to create the file. And if you want to run, you can just use node space ABC. Automatically you will get the output, right? So but here we are unable to get .js file directly. What we have to do? First we have to create the TS file. After creation of the TS file, you have to write all the code and you can do the compilation. So transpiler, TS stands for transpiler abc.ts. If you are entering this command, automatically you will get the abc.js. After getting this one, again you can run abc node space abc. If you are observing here what happened, directly we have some file and you can run it. But here, so we don't have direct file. What we have to do, first we have to create the TypeScript. After doing that one, you can do the compilation, then you will get JS file, then you can do the, so how to run that file, you can do that one. So that means here additional steps we have. So that is the reason, so we have to prefer React.js. So both are same activity wise, but here every time developer has to upgrade. Why? Because every 6 months, so the new version is introduced, that is mandatory. And at the same time, so every time you have to work with the transpiler. So if you are doing this transpiler, then only you will get the .js file. Otherwise, you are unable to get that one. So that means additionally works we have here. So to avoid that situation, you can just use the React.js. Understood now? So while coming to the learning wise, React.js is little bit difficult when compared to Angular. So Angular is very easy to learn that one. So, but in future, if you are doing that implementation, it is a little bit difficult. So if you are taking the React.js, so here what happened, while learning it will take some time, but while implementing it is very easy to implement. So that is a small difference between React.js and Angular.js. Clear now? So now actually our target is React.js now. We have to go to the React.js. So what is the use of React.js? By using React.js, we can build a single page application. We can also call it as a SPAS, single page application. Shortcut we can call it as a SPAS. By using React.js, we can build a single page application. So generally we are thinking single page application in the sense entire project code they are going to write in one web page. No? Actually, they are not creating like that. Internal process is not like that. Internally, we have here multiple pages. Generally, we are calling in the HTML level pages, but in the React, we can call it as a components. I will tell you what is meant by component later. Just you can consider component is nothing but page. Internally, we have multiple pages. All the pages we are going to execute. So through one web page. So that's why we can call it as it is a single page application. So single page application in the sense, so internally we have multiple components, multiple pages we have. All the pages we are going to render, we are going to execute through one web page. So that's why we can call it as it is a single page application. So if you are observing, already I have here React application. If I'm opening here, see here, internally we have here n number of pages we have here. But all these pages we are going to execute through the single page only. So that's why we can call it as it is a single page application. By using React, we can create the single page application. Clear now what is meant by single page application? So then, for example, I have some general question, just you can observe here. I have some abc.js file. This one contains some print statements. So what is the print statement in the JavaScript? Document.write we are using now. So if you are using the ECMAScript, we have to write the, so console.log. We have to use the console.log, that is the print statement in the, so ECMAScript. If you are using the JavaScript, document.write, and you can write here some print statement. If I'm running directly my JS file, so in my browser, if I'm running abc.js file, you will get the output or you will get the error or you will get the code as it is. You will get the code as it is. Why? Because always browser can detect only the HTML files only. So why? Because browser contains engines. Already we discussed about that one also. If I'm running any JS file directly, you can observe here. Now I'm going to move to the 6pm folder. Here I have a number of JS file. For example, we have here script.js. So now I'm going to enter here script.js. 1 second. I'm going to enter script.js. If I'm running this one, so we are getting code as it is. Actually, it is not executing anything here. We are getting code as it is here. Why? Because it is a .js file. .js files we are unable to execute in the browser screen. If you want to run the .js file, we have to use the Node.js. So already we discussed about how to run the Node.js, how to install also. I will tell you one more time, just you can observe here. Now what I'm trying to do is, so I'm going to work with here Node.js download. If I move to the official website, we have here, see here, LTS and current version. What is the Node.js current version? 19.4.0. And if you are moved to the LTS, so LTS stands for long-term standard. So always for the real-time projects, you can work with a long-term standard only. If you are build any project also, that project should be like a long-term only. We have to work with a long-term. So 18.13 current version is 19.4. For your practice, you can use the current version also. There is no problem. For your project purpose, you can just work with the LTS only. And see here, we are getting some MSI file. What is meant by MSI? Microsoft installer. So we have to install this application. What we have to do? So double click on that one. So accept terms and conditions. Next, 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 finish. So once the installation is done, we have to check whether node is installed successfully or not. So I'm going to open here my command prompt. Here I'm going to check node space -v. V stands for version. So you will get here. So node version we are getting here. If you are observing, so it is showing here. So the version which includes npm. What is mean by npm? So npm stands for node package manager. It is a node package manager. Through the node package manager only we are going to create our React application. So this node package manager is automatically we are getting whenever if you are install node.js perfectly. So I'm going to check here. So npm-v node package manager version I have to check. So what happened? We'll check here 18.11.0. In my system already I have here 16.16 is the node version and 8.11 is my npm version we have here. So now we have node as well as npm also. If we are installed successfully node and npm, so directly you can create some js file and directly you can run your js file also. Now what I'm trying to do is I have to create one folder in the D drive for our practice purpose. I'm going to take here React 6 p.m. is my folder name. This folder I have to add to my editor. So here you can use editor. The important one is next we have to move to the editor. What is meant by editor? Where we are writing the code. Okay, so for a web designer they are going to use a different kind of editors like Notepad++, Eclipse, NetBeans, Sublime, Atom, Bracket, WebStorm, like that different editors we are using. Here you can work with a VS Code editor, or you can also use here WebStorm. This is another editor. You can just work with based on your comfortable. So if you are working abroad, so they are using WebStorm. If you are regularly working in our local like India, you can use a VS. If both are same only, coding wise there is no change. Only the layout structure, execution flow is different. That's it. So now I have to work with a VS Code editor. So what we have to do, just to go to here and you can just search here VS Code download. If you are moved to the official website based on your OS, you can download. So your OS is Windows or Ubuntu or Mac, you can download anything also. If I click on that one, automatically you will get some exe file, execution file. We have to do the installation. What we have to do? Double click. So accept terms and conditions. Next, 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 finish. So once the installation also done, you will get here the empty. Actually, this is my existing application. We have here the folders also. But in your case, what happened? So it won't show anything. You will get like this empty. Now I'm going to add my folder. Just go to the add folder to workspace. What is our folder actually? So that is React 6 p.m. now. So see here, already I have my old applications. So this is our new folder. I have to add it. Yes, I want to add. Now, whether the Node.js is working properly or not, I have to check. What we have to do, abc.js. This is my file name. Otherwise, I'm going to create here index.js. You can just to create any file name also along with JS. I want to take some print statement. What we have to do, document.write. I want to write here, welcome to React Save this one. The file is saved successfully. I have to run this one. What we have to do? So generally, you have to go to the command prompt and you can do the complete path and you can run your file. So instead of doing the command prompt and editor, again command prompt editor, so you can just take here terminal. So take a new terminal for which project? So for React 6 p.m. So now see here, we are getting d colon React 6 p.m. I want to run. You can just use node space. What is your file name? You can enter with extension or without extension also, no problem. Directly you are getting here output. So that means node is successfully running here. So actually my target is I don't want to work with basic programming, right? Actually my target is I want to create here React application. If I want to work with a React application, what we have to do? So just we have to go to here the commands. So how to install the React application? You can observe. So based on your node version, you can install in a two ways. If your node version is 14 or less than 14th versions. So 14 version or less than 14 versions, you can install separate command. So currently we are using 18th version, na? React 18 version. Na? So we have to follow here another command. So first I will show you the old command, then I will move to the next new command. So here npm, so install, we have to take here globally, npm install globally. So we can just take here create hyphen react hyphen app. It will take some time to install that one. Once the installation is done, you can go to here. So again next command, so create hyphen react hyphen app and your app name. For example, my app is my project name. You can enter these two commands whenever you are using old version of React. So currently we are using latest version. You can follow the latest command. See here, npx node package extension, we have to do npm install. You can just take here create hyphen react hyphen app and your application name. So my app project 1 live project sample project, you can enter any name also, just press enter. So see here, present there is no files here. What happened, we'll check. So automatically it is doing here the creation. Okay. Now just you can observe here. So we are getting here. So my app is our project name. So then we have here package.json. You will get all the files. You have to wait. So what is the command we are following here for the latest version? We have to follow here npm. So directly you can just take here. Sorry. npx create hyphen react hyphen app and my app. Okay, so here we have to do the installation for old version. So for latest version, no need to work with any installation. Directly you can work with the command. So npx, so create hyphen react hyphen app my app. So this one, whenever you are using React version is old version. So why I'm saying this one, whenever if you are working existing project, maybe like 5 years back one project we completed. So in that project, I want some changes. My client requirement is they want some changes. At the time, we are not going to upgrade entire project to latest version. So in that old version only, we are going to add some new features. So that's why. So first you have to know this one also, and you have to know this one also. If you are started any new project, just you can work with the latest command. If you are doing any old project, you have to check the which version of the React they are using. First you have to check. Based on that only, you can install this one or this one also. You have to clear now. So see here, we are getting here my app. In the my app, we are getting one file called package.json. If I'm opening that one, still it is in the installation mode only. You will get n number of things here. We have to wait. So in the package.json, if you are observing your application name and at the same time version name and what are the dependencies you are using and which version of the React you are using, which version of the React DOM you are using, complete information, entire your application information we are getting in the package.json. So it will take some time to install. So once the installation is done, you will get here some folders. What are the folders you will get? Node underscore modules. This is first folder you will get. After that, you will get here public folder, and you will get the src folder. After that, you will get the package.json file you will get. This is the folders and files you are getting. So already we have here package.json. Remaining things we will get. We have to wait until unless the installation is done. See here, still it is in the installation mode only. Once it is completed, I will show you how to execute this file also, how to run our React application also. I will show you later. Okay. We are getting node underscore modules, public, src, and package.json. Forget about this git ignore and readme.md. So no need, we can delete also later. So just you can observe the folder structure is there or not. So we are getting here the folder structure. If you are observing, previously the package.json contains only these three lines only. Now we can observe here complete code we are getting. So which version of React we are using? 18.2. That is the latest version we are using. So React DOM version, React script version, everything we are getting here. So once you are getting all these things, so you can just go to here. What it is showing here, once the installation is done, it is showing here. We suggest that you begin by typing. What we have to do typing here, cd space, what it is showing, Maya. That means CD is nothing but change directory. We have to move to our application. Present we are into React 6 PM now. If I am entering CD's my app, see here. So it is automatically enter into our application. So after this one, we have to run our application. If you want to run your application, you can just enter here npm start. Now I'm going to start my server. If I'm entering here start the server, and internally entire your React script should be started. Once it is started, it will directly move to the browser screen. In the browser screen, you can observe here it is showing here localhost colon 3000. So what is localhost? Localhost is nothing but server name. 3000 is port number. See here, still it is in the compilation only. Once the compilation is done, you will get here successful. Once you will get successfully, you can observe here. So this is React logo. It is showing here React is loading. So localhost is nothing but server name. 3000 is a port number. You can enter localhost colon 4000. 4000 is completely for Node.js. So we have here different kind of port numbers for each and every programming. If I'm using here Angular, so 4200 is a port number. If I'm using the React, 3000 is a port number. If I'm using the Node, 4000. So for PHP, 8080. Like different port numbers we have for individual programming languages. So here we are using React. What is the port number? 3000. From where you are getting? See here. It is showing here localhost 3000. And it is also showing here some IP address. I'm going to copy that IP address and I'm going to check. You are getting same output. But this IP address is differentiated from one system to another system. So that is the reason in the real time we are not going to use the IP address. Directly you can hit here. So the localhost is server name and 3000 is a port number. Clear now? How to create the application, how to run the application is clear. So tomorrow we'll show you how to work with a step-by-step process, everything. So this is only for introduction part only. This is considered as a demo part. So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to discuss main concepts step by steps.